Hi and good morning all. We meet again in the tutorial video. Today we are going to write continuous writing essay. I am going to use the Malacca Trial SPM 2020 paper which I have shared in your group. For the Form 5 students, I have photostated a set of trial exam papers. Some of you have taken the set last Saturday, but if you don't have it, don't worry because I will share the soft copy with you. It's not that I don't want to do Google Meet with you. It's just that I don't want to feel hati yang tersakiti if many not join the class right on time. Anyway, our next class will be in Google Meet because I want to discuss the answers of the trial papers that I have prepared for you. Okay, now let's start with our discussion. Okay, so I'm going to use the Malacca SPM 2020 trial paper. I have already discussed section A with you in my previous tutorial. Today we are going to do section B, continuous writing. Okay, for the Form 5 students this year, you are going to have this kind of question. You are familiar with this format, right? Okay, there are 5 topics given. You choose only one. For the Form 4 students this year, your new format, the new format of SPM, they will only give you 3 topics and you choose one. Okay, look at the question one by one. Local products should be our choice. Write about why you should buy more local products. Okay, local products means barangan buatan tempatan, barangan buatan Malaysia. Okay, so you give the example of the products and you have to explain why you should buy more local products instead of buying imported products. Okay, number 2. Describe your experience going on a trip with your family and how it made you become closer. There are 3 things that you need to discuss in this question. So describe your experience, meaning describing an event. The event of going on a trip, perjalanan, melancong. Okay, doesn't matter whether you go overseas or just in Malaysia. Okay, with your family. So you need to tell the story about your family as well. And you have to explain or you have to create a story how it made you become closer. You become closer, sorry. Bagaimana ianya menjadikan kamu lebih rapat atau mesra dengan ahli keluarga sendiri. Okay, so you have to describe or you just create a story. Okay, related to a trip with your family and how it made you become closer. Number 3, describe a school holidays that was meaningful to you and explain why. Actually, the number 2 and number 3 is the same thing, describing an event. Okay, describing an event. But the difference here is describe a school holiday that was meaningful to you. Yang bermakna. Sekolah, cuti sekolah yang bermakna kepada diri kamu. Okay, you can write about a trip. You can write about other things. For example, like maybe during the school holiday, you took up a part-time job. Jadi rider food panda, dapat duit banyak. So that is meaningful. And explain why. Kenapa ianya bermakna. Or maybe during the school holiday, you went back to your hometown, your father's hometown, and you take care of your grandma. Okay, so that was also meaningful. And explain why. Number 4, online learning is an advantage for students during a pandemic outbreak, COVID-19. What is your opinion on this? Okay, so you need to talk about the online learning, which you are doing now. Okay, so all of you are doing online learning. Okay, do you think that it has advantages or disadvantages? And what is your opinion? What is your experience? Okay, so you have to explain. Number 5, write a story about an unexpected tragedy that made you become a responsible person. Give your story with I was ready to face the day. Little did I know it would be ... Okay, so sambung ayat itu. Okay, begin your story with. Begin maksudnya mulakan. In our trial paper, I give you the question and your story with. Meaning that in your last paragraph, the sentence must be in the last line of the paragraph. If begin means this is the first sentence of the first paragraph. Okay, and you need to continue with your story. I was ready to face the day. Little did I know it would be the worst, for example. So whatever is your story. Okay. Okay, people. So whichever that you choose, you must write the number of the topic. It's not necessary for you to copy down the question. For example, in this tutorial, I'm going to do number 4. So I'm going to write number 4 in my answer sheet. Okay? So I write number 4. You don't have to copy down the question. Tak perlu salin soalan dalam buku jawapan. Cukup hanya dengan menulis nombor soalan. Okay, mesti tulis nombor soalan. You must write the number of the question of your choice. If not, how can the examiner know which topic that you have chosen? Okay? Okay, now let's look at this question. Online learning is an advantage for students during a pandemic outbreak. What is your opinion on this? Okay, just now I told you already in your answer booklet or your answer paper or your answer sheet, you must write the number of the topic that you have chosen. Okay, now I am writing again the question because I want to show you how you write your introduction. Okay, I know that sometimes you feel like, alamak, how to begin the essay. Okay, now you look at this word. You have the word online learning. You have the word advantage. You have the word pandemic outbreak. And you have the question, what is your opinion? Okay, so the question, you can use whatever phrases in the question to help you to write your sentences. Okay, the first sentence, maybe you want to use the word pandemic outbreak and also online learning. When are you doing the online learning? It is now, isn't it? Now, nowadays. So you begin your sentence with the word nowadays. Okay, so what happened to you? What are we facing now? We are facing the pandemic outbreak. And what is the name of the pandemic outbreak? The name of this pandemic is COVID-19. Okay. So do you like this situation? No. Okay, so we are suffering. So everyone suffers. Not only you, not only us, but everyone suffers from the pandemic outbreak, COVID-19. See, we are using the words given in the question, but you just add a bit, okay, COVID-19. It is not there, but you know already that we are having problem with this virus. Nowadays, everyone suffers from the pandemic outbreak, COVID-19. Okay, so we can use the word online learning in our next sentence. Or maybe now you want to elaborate. Okay, just now you have expand the phrase pandemic outbreak. The sentence is everyone suffers from the pandemic outbreak. The next one will be explaining why you say that you suffer from the pandemic outbreak. We have to stay at home all the time. You cannot go anywhere. You cannot go to school because of this pandemic. Okay, we have to stay. Okay, give examples. The example will be shops, offices, and schools are closed. So what happened to you? We cannot go to school. Therefore, we have no choice but to do online learning. Done with the first paragraph. So online learning. Dah siap paragraf pertama. Okay. So, very easy, isn't it? So, this is your first paragraph. Nowadays, everyone suffers from the pandemic outbreak, COVID-19. Okay, so the example or the name of the pandemic outbreak is COVID-19. So, you have used this already. Okay, done. Then, what is your opinion on this? So, everyone suffers. So, that is your opinion. That is what you are facing. You suffer, I suffer, everyone suffers. We have to stay at home all the time. Shops, offices, and schools are closed. So, this is your E3, the example. Another E3, we cannot go to school. Therefore, we have no choice but to do online learning. Okay, done with the first paragraph. Now, let's go to the second paragraph. Okay, maybe you want to elaborate more on what is your opinion on this. Okay, let us look at the sentences. So we are going to use the word online learning. Okay, so we elaborate more on online learning. Okay, so the word is online learning. It's a great alternative now. Okay, it's a great alternative. So we have no choice. We cannot go to school. So what is the alternative? Online learning. Okay, so that is the expand E1. Now elaboration E2. Okay, or the E3. Not only universities and colleges are using this method. Schools also need to use this method to educate the students. You need to sit for your SPM examination. Okay, you have no choice. You must study. You must learn something from the teacher. So the alternative is online learning. So this is the E1 of the word online learning again. Okay, not only universities and colleges. Okay, so this is your E3 or your E2. Schools need to use this method to educate the students. Okay, what else that you can elaborate? So now you use the word in my opinion. So what is your opinion? The question asks you the advantage. Okay, so you can give your opinion whether it has advantages or disadvantages. In my opinion, online learning has advantages and disadvantages. Okay, takkan semua benda tu elok je, mesti ada disadvantages, mesti ada keburukan. So, kena tulislah dekat situ. Kena nyatakan what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. Okay, next, what else that you can say about your opinion on this? So, this is my opinion. Many of us prefer the traditional or conventional way of teaching and learning. So, what does it mean? Explain. What is the meaning of traditional and conventional way of teaching and learning? Okay, we go to school and study in the class with our friends and teachers. Okay, so this is the conventional way of learning. Cara yang biasa, cara lama kita belajar pergi sekolah. Okay, cara baru buat online. Then explain further. However, we have no choice now. Dah tak ada pilihan. Kalau pergi sekolah nanti takut kena COVID. So, we have no choice now. So, what is your choice? Okay, whether you like it or not, we have to stay at home to protect ourselves from this pandemic outbreak. Okay, so this is your opinion. Okay, I think most of us will think this way. We have the same thinking, right? Online learning is an alternative. Okay, not only you, the school student, but also the students in the universities and colleges using the online learning. Okay, but it also has advantages and disadvantages. Okay, I know that many of us prefer the traditional or conventional way of teaching and learning, which is we go to school and study in the class with our friends and teachers. However, we have no choice now. Whether you like it or not, we have to stay at home to protect ourselves from this pandemic outbreak COVID-19. Tak payah ulang-ulang lah perkataan COVID-19 tu. Sekali dah cukup. Okay, so now you already have 2 paragraphs. Your introduction. Okay, you just elaborate, you just expand the word pandemic, outbreak, and also explain about a pandemic outbreak and give a little bit information on online learning. Then you elaborate more on the next paragraph. So you have 2 paragraphs already. In the next paragraph, look at the question again. Question asks you, uh, online learning is an advantage, but you have your own opinion. Okay, you maybe you have thought that there are advantages and there are disadvantages. Okay, so never mind. So first we talk about the advantage. Okay, in the next paragraph, maybe you want to talk about the advantage of online learning. Okay, just now in the previous paragraph, you talk about your opinion. Okay, you want to say that there are advantages, there are disadvantages, okay, and which method that you prefer. Okay, you prefer to go to school. I prefer to go to school. I like to see you. I like to see my friends. Okay, nevertheless, is the one of the cohesive devices, one of the penanda wacana. Sungguh pun begitu, mahu pun begitu. Well, okay, so that's the meaning of nevertheless. There are advantages of online learning. Okay, explain. What are the advantages? Explain. Okay, so you have to write a sentence to explain the advantages of one of the advantage of online learning. Okay, students have the chance to study in their own time and especially for free. So you don't have to go for your tuition class. So you can explore everything. What else? Okay, explain further. Okay, it is also effective because students can do their homework quickly. Is that right? And there is more time left for their hobbies or some of them finding a job. This is what I heard when I asked some of you and some of your friends, okay, telling me when I asked them why you don't join my whoever teaches online classes, they said they are working. Okay, it's true, right? Some of your friends are working at this time. You should be at home to protect yourself from the pandemic, but no, you go outside and find a job. Okay, so I have no power to stop you from doing what you are doing. Okay, but this is the advantage. You have time. You don't have to go to school. You can do your homework at midnight. Okay, so up to you as long as you want to study. What else? Explain further. Among the advantages of online learning, it helps students to practice responsibility and self-discipline. It's true. Okay, so for those, okay, for you who watch the video, this video right now, you are the disciplined students. Okay, you have the responsibility of yourself. Okay, you are good. Okay, so this is the sentences explaining about the advantages of online learning. Okay, so these are the sentences. You elaborate, you tell me, okay, why do you say that learning online or online learning has advantages? Okay, the next paragraph, you want to tell me the disadvantages of online learning. Okay, so what are the sentences? Or maybe before that, you want to elaborate more on responsibility and self-discipline. Okay, before you go to the disadvantages. Okay, so this sentence will tell you or will explain us about the responsibility and self-discipline. They take their effort to study and make a research on the topic that they want to learn. Okay, so you can do your own research. Okay, on the topic that you want to learn on any subject. Okay, so that's the advantages, kebaikannya. Okay, kamu boleh buat research sendiri, guna Google, guna whatever website that you have. Okay, then another paragraph before you jump to the disadvantages, maybe you want to talk about your experience. So this is your experience. My school teachers are diligent to teach us online. Okay, cikgu-cikgu di Sepermai semuanya rajin-rajin. Okay, macam-macam cara untuk ajar kamu online. So my school teachers are diligent to teach us online. Okay, bagi contoh macam mana cara mereka ajar kamu secara online. So you give a few examples, tak payah bagi banyak-banyak, 3 pun cukup. Okay, some teachers like to have a Google Meet. Some teachers give homework through WhatsApp. And some teachers like to create tutorial videos. Okay, so those are the examples that you can find in the Sepermai school teachers. Okay, they won't leave you alone. They will give you whatever homework, whatever knowledge, whatever information through WhatsApp, Google Meet, and like myself, I like to create tutorial videos. Explain further about your experience. Unfortunately, many of my friends refuse to join the online classes. Why? Because just now we said that some of them finding job. They already have a job, took the part-time job as the food panda rider, example. Okay. What else? Perhaps they have forgotten that they need to sit for the SPM examination. So that's why they are so excited to work, forgetting that you need to sit for the SPM examination. Okay, what else that you can write? So you say we because you are the students, right? We as students must take the responsibility to join the classes conducted by teachers. So it is your responsibility. No one is going to force you. I'm not going to your house, okay, to force you to watch my videos or to force you to copy down this essay. Okay, so it is your responsibility. Okay, then only you can talk about the disadvantages of the online learning. Okay, the next paragraph. Okay, you may start like this. Okay, we cannot deny that there are some disadvantages of online learning. Okay, then you explain what are the disadvantages. It cannot offer human interactions. Like right now, I am interacting to you, one-way communication, but I really wish that you can give me the ideas because sometimes when we write, when we do the discussion, you give me the ideas in the class, right? So I write the sentences for you, but you give me the ideas. Or maybe sometimes when you want to write whatever essays that I ask you to do, you don't have the ideas, you do not know the meaning of words, you can always ask me. I always can be your walking dictionary. Okay, we cannot ask prompt questions to the teachers or have a discussion with our classmates. Prompt question. What does it mean by prompt question? Maksudnya tak boleh tanya jap-jap tu juga. Tak boleh tanya sat-sat tu juga dekat cikgu. So that is the meaning of prompt questions. Prompt questions. Nak tanya, okay, cikgu ni maksud apa? Cikgu ni maksud apa? Yang tu maksud macam mana? Okay, so that is the meaning of prompt questions. Okay, so you cannot do that when you do online learning. Even if your teacher do the Google Meet with you, because some of you just pretending that you are online, then you off your mic, you off your cam, and you do something else, right? So you cannot ask prompt questions to the teachers, and you cannot have a discussion with your classmates. So that's the disadvantages. Everything you have to do it on your own. Okay, another disadvantage, online learning can be difficult if it is meant for disciplines that involve practice. So difficult for you and difficult for the teachers. Okay, we cannot force you. Okay, I cannot go to your house to force you to do whatever that I want you to do. Okay, so you have to be disciplined. What else? So this is the explanation. Okay, online learning can be difficult if it is meant for disciplines that involve practice. So the explanation, the teachers cannot force you to write or answer the questions. Everything is up to you. So you have to be matured. Another difficulties or another disadvantages, some students also face some difficulties such as insufficient data and space in the handphone, okay, or devices to download anything forwarded by teachers. This is correct. This is right. Okay, some of you don't have data, not enough space in your handphone to download the Google Meet apps and everything. Okay, so that is the problem. Okay, so this is the uh, explanation on disadvantages. Okay, what else that we can say about the disadvantages? Another problem. Some students, this is attitude problem. Some students also have problems like waking up late or any other family problems. Okay, for example, like your siblings making noise in the house so you cannot concentrate uh, in your study. Okay, so that is the family problem. Okay, so we are done with the disadvantages. Then the last paragraph will be the ending or the closing of your essay by giving conclusion. In conclusion, online learning should be seen as a complement and extension of conventional forms of learning. Okay, complement maksudnya ialah pelengkap. Dulu pergi sekolah, belajar tak habis, kena cuti sebab COVID. Okay, so online learning is a complement. So online learning ni sebagai pelengkap and extension, kesinambungan, sambungan daripada yang apa dah kita berhenti di sekolah. Of conventional forms of learning. Conventional forms of learning ni maksudnya ialah conventional forms of learning ni maksudnya ialah kamu pergi sekolah daripada pukul 7 pagi sampai 2 petang. Sekarang ialah new normal, new norms. Okay, new forms of learning, that is online learning. So you have classes from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. And you stay at home 24 hours. You can explore everything. Okay, using your laptop, handphones or any devices that you have. Okay, explain further. What else that you can say? Okay, so this is because we need to stay at home. Okay, so you cannot do anything. You cannot go to school. So going to school is conventional forms of learning. Now is the new norm, new normal. So you have to do online learning. All students must cooperate with teachers by joining the online classes. Okay, so your responsibility is to cooperate with your teachers by joining the online classes. Okay, so we are done with this essay. Very easy, isn't it? It looks easy. Okay, why it looks easy? As long as you have the knowledge, as long as you have the idea, okay, so you need to elaborate, you need to expand, elaborate, and give example, okay, of whatever ideas that you have. Okay, write sentences. Okay, still same like your DW essay, directed writing. I told you to use my 3E formula. Okay, for this CW essay, also you can use the 3E formula. But the idea is from you. Okay, unlike the DW essay, the ideas or the points are given. But now the points are not given. So that's why you need to use whatever words given in the question. Just like this. Okay, so we use the sentences using the phrase online learning. We use the sentences using the word advantage, and then we add another one, disadvantage, because you are also giving your own opinion. And another one, The problem that caused us to do online learning is pandemic outbreak. And the name of this pandemic outbreak, everyone knows, right? COVID-19. Okay, so the first paragraph, nowadays everyone suffers from the pandemic outbreak. Therefore, we have no choice but to do online learning. That is your first paragraph or your introduction. Body 1. Online learning is a great alternative now. Not only universities and colleges are using this method, schools also need to use this method to educate the students. So what is your opinion? Online learning has advantages and disadvantages. Many of us prefer the traditional or conventional way of teaching and learning, which is go to school. But whether you like it or not, you have to stay at home to protect yourself from the pandemic outbreak. Okay, now body 2. Talk about the advantages. Nevertheless, there are advantages of learning online. Students have the chance to study in their own time and especially for free. It is also effective because students can do their homework quickly and there is more time left for their hobbies or some of them finding a job. Among the advantages of online learning, it helps the students to practice responsibility and self-discipline. Okay, then you talk about your experience. Okay, my school teachers are diligent to teach us online. Some teachers like to have a Google Meet. Some teachers give homework through WhatsApp. And some teachers like to create tutorial videos. Okay, so these are the examples of what the teachers are doing with you. Unfortunately, many of my friends refuse to join the online class. This is reality, right? Okay, perhaps they have forgotten that they need to sit for the SPM examination. We as students must take the responsibility to join the classes. Okay, next, body. This is body 2. Body 3, talk about the disadvantages. Okay, we cannot deny that there are some disadvantages of online learning. Okay, why do I put this way? Okay, just to make the paragraph or the sentence catchy. So the reader will be interesting to read more. Okay, we cannot deny that there are some disadvantages of online learning, although it is not mentioned in the question, but it is your opinion, isn't it? Okay, so you just add disadvantages. And it is true, there are advantages of online learning. Okay, the first one is cannot offer human interactions. We cannot ask prompt questions. Okay, prompt questions tu maksudnya kamu nak tanya jap-jap tu juga. So that is the meaning of prompt questions. To the teachers or have a discussion with our classmate. Okay, online learning can be difficult. Discipline that involve practice. Okay, so face some difficulties such as insufficient data, insufficient space in the handphone or devices, and any other family problems. Okay, the last paragraph will be the conclusion. In conclusion, online learning should be seen as complement and extension of conventional forms of learning. This is because we need to stay at home. All students must cooperate with teachers by joining the online classes. Okay, so I hope after you watch this video, you will have the idea on how to write the continuous writing. I have done number 4 for you. Now your job is to answer number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 5. Choose only one. Okay, you can type it out and send it to me through WhatsApp or my email or through the Google form that I will give you later. Or you can always write in a test pad and you can give it to the guard. So the guard will pass it to me. Alright. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next tutorial video.